Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Are we ready to play Definitely Not Slay the Spire? Yes, welcome Poi, welcome Unicorn. Yeah. So this was passed to me from Rue. I don't know if I should change screens or not first. Sorry, I'm still waking up a little bit, which is why I'm late. Honestly, when I went to bed, I did not think I was gonna sleep in until 1:30. Usually if it's past like 8 hours or something, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wake up by the time, so I don't set an alarm. Turns out that was not true at all. So, sorry for being late today. My normal activities in the morning were canceled, which I already knew that, so that's why the video is late as well. So, but we're waking up to ash and dust, something, slap my nuts. We're playing a thing today, which I don't know, man. Hopefully it's good. The hope is that there is something to talk about here. From the post, it said that there are a few bugs that I will be conscious of. Not conscious of the bugs themselves, conscious of the fact that there could be bugs. Sorry, so I'm realizing maybe I should get some water. So my mouth is a little dry. I'm gonna get water. Give me like 2 seconds. Hold on a moment. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. For the splash. Goodness me. Okay. So, background on this first, I suppose. What was that? So this is a game, to my understanding, that was first a Tenma roguelike. Was their first submission to the first phase game jam. This is a game jam game, by the way. And then this is submitted for the 8th. So they, I'm assuming, like shuffled assets around, did stuff with it. Now it's a jelly card game. So, yep, my brain's gonna wake up eventually. I swear, it's gonna start working. It needs to start pumping those thoughts out. So yeah, it's a game jam game, which means that I'm slightly concerned about the playability of it. Jelly cards seem impractical. No, they're like glass cards, you know, they just might break when you play them. So yeah, I don't know. It was kind of brought to me on the basis of, you could do a design spire on this, and I'm like, sure, why not? It has been a while since I've done one of those, and also it's been a while since I've done anything remotely design related. I don't know. I just felt like doing it. There's a bunch of stuff that came up and I'm like, oh, maybe I just kind of want to do that today. Let's do that. I don't even remember the intro spiel for Design the Spire. Welcome to Design the Spire, where we play This Is Totally a Mod in Slay the Spire and look at the design of the mod. We're not particularly concerned with, is this card exactly one other card? Is this strike balanced against that other strike? We care more about the overarching synergies, how the character plays, and all that. Now, one thing I will say, because this is a fan game, this is not actually Slay the Spire, is that I will comment that the art is very pretty. Art is very good. Normally I don't bring a whole lot of attention to the assets that are actually made in the game because they're not actually design focused, but because this is a fan game and like, I think the expression of art in a fan game or from fans is very important. I wanted to say that the art is very pretty. So supposedly there's some assets that are not done. I guess we'll see those when we see those, but they said that it's kind of like the character Silent. So I will be curious to know what the similarities are. The thing that I'm a little bit concerned about, because this sometimes happens, is that this character is going to basically just be the Silent. But who knows? I don't know. I'm just making shit up. And I'm curious to see. Hopefully the game works, by the way, because if this just like doesn't work, we're gonna go play Mod Hunt, I guess. I don't know. But if I encounter a bug that I am unable to troubleshoot or something, then we'll excuse me, double tapped my push to mute. Then we're gonna have to do something else. But yes, it looks very pretty. So let's try. Oh, I wanted to mention something actually already because I already started. Sorry. UX things. I thought this was so funny. Dude, I love this so much. So I don't know how common, if that makes sense, this is. But I did notice that it's like the kinds of things you take for granted are like in the settings menu. So when you change the, if I change the slider, I was trying to adjust it finely such that like it, it got to the level that I wanted it to be, and then realized that it does not change until you let go of the cursor. Presumably that is when it updates the sound, and so it does not dynamically change. Just like small things that you take for granted, and then you're like, oh. True, yeah, that makes sense. That's like my favorite thing, by the way, about any kind of outside like prototype or fan game thing that has not had one plus year to do a polish cycle on every single system in the game is stuff like that. So I just thought it was funny because I noticed it. And let's try actually playing the game, because I've opened it, I've gotten it to this screen, and then like I haven't pressed anything else after that, so I'm concerned. I'm hoping it works. Because man have I had a number of games that yeah, welcome Rue, welcome. I've played a number of games that it's like, hey guys, I need you to take a look at this, and then it's like you just get like soft locked in the first area or something, and you're like, no man, no. Oh god. So yeah, I did want to mention, by the way, that I appreciate that Jerry exists. I know that she is an angry, small programmer woman, and I find that very funny and relatable. I also know that she hates Dustborn with a visceral passion. And what else? Awawawa. That's the other thing I know. So hopefully, I guess what I'm saying is I am hopefully going to, not see a meme and then go, what the hell is that? And then immediately get pegged as a tourist, I guess. I don't know. That's the thing that I suppose always makes me a little sad, is because I think, so if we want to talk design, or the meta perspective of what is the purpose of a fan game, I think that this would be the place to make jokes about, like, that would make sense in your community. So the problem, though, is that, like, if I don't understand them, it's gonna be really awkward. Yeah, I mean, sure, by all means. Hopefully, I have nothing too incredibly negative to say or something. I don't know. I'm always concerned when I do when I do one of these, or when I've done Slay the Spire in the past. The thing that I'm always concerned about is that I go like, oh, this game is shit. Like, you know what I mean? And it just, I don't know. Where I don't mean to be, basically, I don't mean to be incredibly negative for the purposes of being negative. It's, yeah. I don't know. It's also been a while since I've done one of these. And I think the last one I did, which was taking a look at Cavalier's mod, I was, like, very, very, very critical. So, I felt a little bad about that. Because I recognize that at the end of the day, making this executable, making all the art, sound effects, and stuff is, like, a lot of work that you put a lot of time into. And I know that there are some people who don't appreciate that as much, but, like, I do. Right? Like, making Flagbearer was me head down for several months, just, like, waking up, doing what I needed to do, and then, like, streaming, basically. So, I'm well aware, and I don't want to play your game and then be like, well, you're trash. So, so let's try it. Let's start a run. Can we, yeah, I'm assuming that's if there were more characters. Let us jelly. Did we soft lock immediately? Oh no. We're off to a good start. Also, is the UI scaling? Restart? How do I do that? How do I restart? Also, UI scaling. Let's fucking go. All my homies hate UI. Or wait, no. No, that's just the border. Okay, my apologies. I thought there was something behind it. Alt F4? No, so we're playing on the web version because there's no downloadable executable. So let me, I'm gonna hide the screen for a second. Just get this off. So there's resume, there's save, Shift F5? What the fuck is that? More like the Weeb version? This is definitely the Weeb version. Let me scroll to the... Okay, bug fixing. Starting a new game for the first time may show a screen with nothing on it. To fix this, try one of the following. Return to the main menu from the settings menu in the upper right. abandon the run, then start a new one. Refresh the page and abandon the run from the main menu, then start a new one. Okay. Okay. Let me try abandon the run and start a new one. So we're gonna quit. And then we're gonna abandon the run. And then we're gonna start a new one. Alright. Start. Sorry, I can't help but want to try and, like, replicate the bug. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. Hold. Pause. It says it shows a screen with nothing on it. So is this a screen with nothing on it? That's the thing I'm wondering. Let's, well done, you replicated the bug. I did not replicate the bug because I did not know if I did anything else. I was wondering if clicking the arrow in the thing before. Chrome? Yes, this is Chrome. That is correct. Is that an issue? Is running it on Chrome a problem? Does it just, like, not run on Chrome? We'll get this to work. Let me try refresh. What if I refresh the page and abandon the run from the main menu? Let me try that. Run game. What if I continued the run? Does that do anything? Nope. Alright. We're gonna refresh. Run. Abandon. Start. Aha! Ha ha! Ha 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 ha! We did it! Oh, maybe... I wonder if I could have just clicked the map icon. If that also would have worked. Okay. I mean, I can see the map, but I can't... So, I'm assuming I'm here. And I'm assuming I can click on the buttons. Now, I'm clearly, obviously, going to have a lot of complaints about things that are not there. But yeah, I cannot tell if I'm hovering on something. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. No legend. Yeah. So I don't necessarily know what these icons do. We'll just try them. I mean, I'm assuming that these are rest spots. I'm assuming this is an event. I don't know what this is. And I'm assuming this is a... one of them might be the shop. So this might be the shop. It'd be really funny if we went to the shop immediately and had no gold. Oh, and I guess the one with the star is maybe an elite? Possibly? Yeah, so, what's really interesting, I think in Slay the Spire, it hovers near next row that you can, go to. You have 200. Oh, I have 200. Is that currency? Maybe? I also don't know what the star is, but we'll find out. Yeah, I think in Slay the Spire, the next thing hovers, and then when you actually click on it, or like when you hover it, maybe it becomes bigger, I think. I think that's how its UX works. Which again, I'm not particularly concerned about that stuff because I think the first comment was that this game was severely overscoped. Which, yes, in case you didn't know, making an entire roguelike is insane. Which is why when I said, what did I say? I thanked the modding community, basically the entire modding infrastructure of Slay the Spire, because like if you had to make this from scratch, like insane, it would be insane. So I'm not particularly concerned about the fact that these things aren't there. I'm just pointing out that they are not. So okay, Martin's assistance. Oh, you want to know what? Actually, I might be stupid. Hold on a second. I might just be dumb. I think we were loaded into an event, which meant that when you go to the map, nothing is hovering because we're in the middle of an event. All right. So this is our Niao. Not far from where you landed, you see Martin. He is looking at you anxiously. He seems to want to assist you, but he can only do so much. Pick one of his boons to help you throughout the journey. Okay. Lose all shards and upgrade all basic cards in your deck. Oh, right. I guess we could... Guys, we could do a deck count or a deck check. Hold on a second. Okay, so we have damage and we have guard. Okay, if I click on these, does it show it? It's a little hard to make out what is happening in this card. But it looks cool. I love that. That's so cute. Okay, deal 5 damage, combo 3, draw 1. Okay, I do not know what combo does. There's obviously no, I suppose there's no, what do you call it? Tooltip. But I can only assume that if you play a bunch of cards and then I don't know if this has to be the 3rd card or you have to have played 3 cards. I guess, you know, if it was... Yeah, so this is interesting. Is that I think we had a character that we played before which had a combo mechanic where you have to play a bunch of... Have you played Lost Branch of Legend? I have. I have played a little bit of it. It was an experience. For certain. I wouldn't watch that VOD. It's I was playing a viewer's mod and I was a little critical about it. But yeah, so I think I'm just gonna take a guess out loud, which is that combo is you need to play a certain amount of cards, let's say 3, and then this costs 0. So at least it works. You know what I mean? It's good to make sure that your cards work. Is that we can play 3 cards. My only thought here is that the last time we played a character which featured a like amount of cards played conditional, the decision or opportunity cost of doing so, it wasn't clear. Basically, it was very, very straightforward. So I would think about that. And then follow-up bash is 5-10 instead. So 5 is significantly weaker than 10. Presumably we will always be able to do that with attacks, but then it means that like drafting things like 2 cost cards are maybe worse. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, cool. Just need to hit the X. Need to hit the X. Is that the X? Nope, that's log into itch. You need to press the X. I know that this is not the fault of the developer. I just wish itch could... Oh, we got it to disappear. Wait, I was messing with the window for so long and it actually... Okay, let's go. Nice. Okay. So, 2 uncommon cards, common trinket, or upgrade all the cards in your deck. So, I get the sense that probably upgrading all the cards is good, but I want to see more cards. So, let's do this. Did I get 2 of the same card, and does that happen all the time, I wonder? Okay. Oh, no, it's just the same art. Muscle Degens. Gain 16 shield. This card is also affected by strength. Okay. Gain 10 shield. If you have at least 2 strength, then gain an additional 7 shield. Okay. Okay, yeah, so here we go. Good. I love the tiny banner. Banner's great. Big fan. So at least it shows us where the next line is. That's good. Awesome. So let's go to the flag. So this is an event. This is the Forge, Trinket, or 50 Star Shard. You spot a Star Forge in the distance. It seems to be running. Well, you better go catch it. You see a meager amount of Star Shards stacked in a pile. If you look at Martin, he shrugs. Sure, let's get a random trinket. Okay, whenever you play your third card... Right! I should have read that there's 2 things. I guess it like kind of blended into the background for me, but there's 2 trinkets. Okay, so whenever you play your third card, shuffle 1 discard. Which I'm assuming... We'll presumably play 3 cards in our first encounter, and we'll find out what that is. 1 obtained increase max HP by 7. Okay. Cool. Ah, I didn't read the event! Sorry! I'm just so used to playing Slay the Spire. Just go to the next one. Okay. We bop. How's the volume? It's a little loud on my end. Hold on a second. Can't do volume from the screen. Okay. That's fine. Music is fine. The card flicking is loud. I'm very sorry. But I just think of like an aggressive nerd at FNM or something, like aggressively flicking cards at you. Oh man. Yeah, we have to go delete the lemons now. Okay, so if I click on it, does it hover it? It's drag select, okay. Stop that! Stop flicking your cards! Okay. Interesting. I like that there's a fade, but it's also a little inconvenient. Like, it looks cool, but at the same time, it's like, if I need the information of the card, like, I kind of want it immediately. So, the fade is strangely inconvenient to me. You're referencing the card? Oh, is there a card called... Or is it just because it's a bonk? Okay, so they're attacking for 14. I'm assuming this is a generic encounter. So wait, 14 is... Can I just, like, not guard this, ever? Is that normal? 14 would be 6 times... No, 6 times 3, you would be able to do it. Okay. Also, the drag select is, that's very cute. 10... Oh, I also don't know if there's an indicator for if combo is active or not. Wait, really? That's very funny. I did not know that. But that sounds like a great meme. Okay, so let's see if this is active or not, because I don't know if it is active or not. It was active, okay. And then I believe this triggered. Oh, interesting. It shows the thing. Okay. shuffle a JSS. So let's... Interesting. Fragile. I'm assuming that means it gets destroyed when you use it. So that's actually really cool. That is cool. So when you... Okay. So there's going to be cards that are like... Do shivs have... Shivs have... They get destroyed. Right? It's been so long. But yeah, you basically get a shiv that you can use later to trigger combo. See, this is good. Yeah, shiv's exhaust, yes. So this is good because you can presumably get at least a shiv in your deck somewhere by just like playing the game, which lets you do the rest of the character's mechanics. So that's good. It's cool. You have nothing. I've been poked. What is this? Debuff. Yeah, which, by the way, I wanted to mention that... Sorry, we just left the point, but I don't think I want to go back to the main menu to change the card sound effect because it said that it might break the game. So I think I'm not going to do that. Bonk. Okay. Card. Insulate. That is adorable. Cannot be used unless you discarded an additional card from your hand. Okay. Deal 3, predict 3. Draw 1 card. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards. Okay, so I don't know what predict 3 is. It's like, I'm not sure if predict is like drawing cards, discarding cards, something like that. I'm assuming scry. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. Yeah, so this is their card draw attack. Yeah, and you know what? Scry is probably necessary for this kind of character to find your 0 costs so that you can like play your combos and stuff. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, draw 3, discard 2. Do we need discard for anything? We don't, right? Oh, I think we need discard for the... There's like 1 card we have. It's like a 2 cost. I mean, 2 costs are probably really bad. I'm gonna take this one. We probably want attacks. I will take whatever this item is. Heal 10 HP. Wow, we just like straight up get a healing potion. Sounds good. Let's do an elite encounter. That is incredible. Okay, well, I mean, it's gonna attack me for 12. It's so funny, dude. Sorry, so I want to mention something. This is incredible. So, this is maybe an underappreciated thing, but affordances and visual design. So, my first thought when I saw this was that this is like a slime. Which I'm saying these things before it's done anything, because if it happens to line up, that'd be really cool. If it's not, then it's not. So I would assume that because this has several of the previous enemy that I was just fighting, that maybe it breaks apart when you attack it. Like, it's possible that this thing splits. Yeah, only the top one has the halo. I love that. It's so cute. So we'll find out. But I was trying to think of... I mean, like, how does Knob tell you that it's going to kick your ass? Because it's red and it's big. Or the shelled creature, you could assume is, like, maybe kind of defensive because they're asleep and stuff, right? So, anyways, it's not super important. Let's attack this thing. Actually, it is attacking for 12. So we could also block this, and we can still play this card. So... suppose we block. I was like, why did I draw a card? And it's because of the 0 cost. My brain's just not working. Okay. It's debuffing us. These are blocks. And these don't do anything. 2. What is this? 25% less damage, and it is attacking me for 2. That's not a whole lot of damage. Oh, it was attacking me for 2 times a billion. Understandable. It's gonna buff yourself. Okay. This one was combo 3. Yeah, sorry, it is throwing me off a lot that it fades in. 2, 3. Thank you for the head pat. Also welcome. Okay, gave itself a strength. Okay. What am I looking at? So we are playing a fan game that was submitted to unofficial Phase Connect Game Jam. This is Stardiver Jelly or Jerry. This is Jerry. Look at Jerry. She is very cute. My brain is ruined. So yeah, and it was passed to me by Rue. I figured it would, or rather at Rue's suggestion, doing a Design the Spire on it. And the interesting thing about doing this, I suppose, is there's when people make a mod for Slay the Spire, there's a lot of like the UX things that are like assumed and inherited from Slay the Spire's base system. So the things that I can more comment on are things like this fade-in effect, which is like really cool, and I like it. Peppy didn't need to know. Where like this, I just like the fade-in effect. It's just cool. I like it. At the same time, it is frustrating to me when I just want to know what the card does, especially because I can't even read it in physical space. That like I need the information more immediately. So there was also no color indicator for the conditional, which these are all like very obviously these are just things that could have not been finished or whatever. Because this is a game jam game, just to be clear. So that is a good thing to consider. So let's keep whacking this thing. Select. I'm assuming that the order is the same and it's left to right. This doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna draw a card. Oh, is there... I was gonna say, was there indicators for if you have mana to play stuff? I don't remember if that was a mod or not. Okay. Unplayable. This game is unplayable. It's so mean. It's funny. Star Ritual add, so that's 3 Shiv. Cycle, so do I have to pay mana to cycle? Or is that just on discard? Maybe cycle was on discard. Gain 1 strength at the end of turn. Lose 1 strength. Combo 4. Gain 2 strength instead. So that's gain 2 strength permanently? You'd have to play 4 cards. That's interesting. Okay. I would assume that if it's gain 2 strength permanently that it would exhaust. But that's like usually a stipulation for permanent scaling in Slay the Spire. Also, this is a starting deck card. Surprised that I'm allowed to draft it. I'm going to take this because it seems really good. What is this? Start of each battle, gain 1 dexterity. Light roast coffee. My goat! Light roast coffee, my goat! That's what I'm talking about. Love light roast coffee. Forge. This is the shop. Is coffee better than drugs? Man. I would love to do some phase bean testing. Unfortunately, I am broke. Did my friend order some? No. He ordered other stuff. So it is difficult to read these. If I click on them, is it going to buy it? No. It's going to show it. Thank goodness. Deal 3. It's the predict one. Gain 4 shield while this card is in your hand. Whenever you play an attack card, this card gains shield equal to the original cost of the attack. That's kind of cool. It's a little weird though because it doesn't scale with doesn't scale with the 0 costs. Which like this would lead me to believe that, I mean, I guess if you just like play a bunch of attacks, and also it has pre-sever. It's so weird. God, I need to shut the fuck up. So I'm assuming pre-sever keeps it in your hand. It's like before you sever something. It's the gift that's like minor spelling mistake. Psh. That is just how it's spelled. Are you serious? I'm hilarious. Okay. Exert all cards in your hand. But yeah, this is for Strummer can't read. Listen, where was it? My bad. Because my favorite thing is when I randomly misspell something and then I get nuked into the I get nuked into the fucking stratosphere for being like, I can't believe you inputted this text wrong. And it's like, can we not do this? We are also allowed to upgrade cards here. So this is the, what's it called? Put the shivs in your hand card. The interesting thing about this card is that it gives you more shivs with the starting relic. I'm assuming Transient is Super Exile. Wait. Yeah, Storm of Steel. But it, first of all, isn't Storm of Steel 2, not 3? And also that it gives you shivs by playing stuff. Whenever you play a shiv, if it's the 4th time or later, this turn restore 2 health. 4th time or later. So this is healing, but I'm just wondering, like, Less time or later. Storm of Steel is 1 energy. Really? I thought it was 2. Interesting. But it's like discard cards. Is this... This is exert all. Is exert discard? Or like... The thing... So sorry, I was just wondering about this, if it's like the 4th time you've played a Shiv, or if this is like combo 4 when you play a Shiv. And then this is a coffee shot. What are these? This is a potion. Draw 3, heal, gain 3, gain a strength. Start of battle, gain 3, reflect. Whenever you shuffle your deck, gain 1. This is... That's interesting. You get an energy, but also it's not... I'm assuming to prevent infinites. This doesn't do it infinitely. I think the reason it's 3 is because it exhausts, which might have additional synergy. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if exert is exhaust, I mean, like... Transient... Oh, yeah, transient could mean, What is it called? It, like, it exhausts itself. Oh, 1 second. I'm gonna unplug this and see what happens. Okay. Whenever you shuffle your deck, gain 6 block. Okay. I want to try this card because it seems very strong, but because yeah, I don't know. I just need to understand what this card does. And then is there a like leave shop button that's not the X? It might just be the X. Don't worry, we'll get. It's cute. It's cute. He has a gun! He has a gun! Chat has a gun! So 6. I wonder if we'll have time to do this. Said something? No. Oh wait, did that deal damage to me? Also... Yeah, so that's that power, and then... Oh, I have dexterity from this thing. I don't remember. Is it on the 3rd? Does this have to be the 3rd? Or do you have to have played 3? I don't remember. Yeah, I think even... Oh, you know, the way that Forestcraft does this is that it has a card played counter. Oh, they did 6 times 2, not just 6? I see. Understandable. No, I didn't draw a Shiv randomly. That would have been cool. Okay. How much of it did I keep? 1? Gain 1 strength. At the end of turn, lose 1. Combo 4, gain 2 strength instead. Oh, so you always lose the 1 strength. Got it. I understand. It will always... I thought it just changed the entire text of the card to gain 2 strength. Okay. Combo 2 gain 1. Yeah, and the implication of this card is that you would need either 4 energy or a 0 cost to make this work, which there are 0 costs in the base deck, which this is cool. The start of your next turn, gain 1. Cycle, gain 1. Yeah, I can only assume cycle is if you discard it. So this is sorry, I was gonna say this is focus, clearly. Deal 10. Whenever this card is shuffled into the deck, reduces cost by 1. So I guess this is something you want to discard and draw later. I like this card. This card seems cool. I think we have a lot of blocks in our deck, though, right now. For someone who wants to be playing, like, 0 cost slam jam attacks. We're also dying, so let's go to the coffee. Cute! I wish I could recognize the characters more easily. Because it makes it more clear that I'm an orbiter. I'm a spectator. What is this one? It looks very cute. This is the original one? Oh, an original one. Got it. Yeah, it's like I could kind of recognize the lemon shape, but this one is cute. I like it. And it's debuffing, so nope, I think it did not select one of the cards, which is very funny to me. What did it do? It said it... Didn't it say it was going to debuff me? It didn't say what it did. Oh, it shuffled the confusion. Oh, okay. I think because it didn't, like, pop up in the middle of the screen and then get shuffled into the deck. Because, obviously, animations are not your priority when you're trying to just get something to work. But maybe it just happened really fast or something. This thing is never gonna work, by the way. Because maybe just for me right now, it's never gonna work. Wait, what is this? Poison 2? Wait, why do I have... Oh, right, because it was gonna debuff, right, of course. Whenever you play your first attack each turn, gain energy equal to its original cost and lose 1 life. What the hell? What the hell? That seems really good. But, again, mana reducers or cost reducers are good for a character that is trying to play a lot of cards in 1 turn. I don't think we have any reason to pick this card right now, but I kind of want to pick it anyways. Because it's cool. It is a cool card. But it's also 3. I'm gonna take it anyways. Let's rest. Cute. There's no rest animation. This is cute though. I like this a lot. The coffee! The coffee! Okay. It's fucking distracted by the card clicking sound. Okay. Kill this thing. Where's the range of... Interesting. I'm just wondering what the bounds of actually attacking the thing was. Because I feel like for someone who's... If you're not... Oh, so it did put it in the center and shuffled it. Okay. I just didn't see it. Maybe because it was like too fast the first time it happened, or because I didn't know that it was going to happen, so I wasn't looking for it. I wonder about the... Oh, but you can also... Okay, interesting. So the detection range is like significantly above it, probably. I can't tell if this is just because I have the game in windowed mode. It is hard to read the text. Damn it. Gain 1 toughness. Consume ibuprofen. Yo, Drew. Combo 2, gain 1 toughness. Is toughness armor? Deal 7 to all enemies, predict 2. If any card, attack card is discarded this way, deal an additional 7 damage to all enemies. Okay. I mean, we have... I was gonna say we have some predict cards. I don't think that really means anything. I just... I just want to take this. It's so funny. Let's take ibuprofen together. Sell them your own coffee. You see several Goomies huddled together. You don't see a halo on any of their heads. The void has not taken them. Each of them are holding a mug filled with steaming hot coffee. Near them, you spot a bag... Near them, you spot a bag of custom roast coffee beans, Kaneko Lumi inspired, available at shop.phaseconnect.com. All right, hold on a second. Shop.phase. Hold on a second. We need to open the Phase store. phaseconnect.com. Okay. All of it is... They didn't make it a hyperlink. I don't know, maybe it's a hyperlink. Oh, you can see my... You can see my cursor. That's so funny. Still? Okay. Where's Jelly's bag? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. All right. Why, hello there, Goomies. Could I instead interest you in a bag of custom roast coffee beans, Jelly Hoshiumi inspired? She is a lonesome, a lonely, hardworking girl with an aspiration to be loved by millions. To help her realize this dream, a robust coffee from Indonesia, known for having one of the heaviest and richest flavors, has been chosen. This particular... Ew, dark roast or something? Disgusting. Hak Tua. This particular coffee from Sumatra has one of the most profound flavor profiles and is loved by many. Do they have any other tasting notes on these, by the way? I don't remember. I don't think they do. That is fine. But yes, could I interest you in some coffee? Let's, I would actually want to take a break, but I think this is funnier. Take out a bag of your own coffee and show it to the Goomies. Would you guys be interested in my own coffee? One of them does, but I don't have my credit card with me. I'll take Star Shards too. No. No, shut the... welcome, Lord, welcome. Goods get exchanged and you obtain some Star Shards. Okay. Wait, if I sleep at the thing, do I not have the coffee beans anymore? Because that would be literally hilarious. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. One moment. Oh, pause. Pause. Hold. Pause. Flour coffee when? Never. I don't think I would ever be able to source coffee beans, let alone sell it in a store. That would be crazy. Alright, can you work, please? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever be able to do that. If I had to make my own coffee, though, I would want it to be a citrusy or bergamot flavored light roast. Nope, we're still dying. Why are we dying today? I don't understand. That's so weird. Okay. Let's do this. It's probably not going to be active. This does not kill it, so... Fucking gun. So funny to me. Guys, let's take ibuprofen together. So what does it do? The next unblocked attack you receive is reduced by 50% to a minimum of 1. Interesting. So this is, I guess, similar to the barrier mechanic that, I can only assume one of the developers mentioned. Have you played Lost Branch? So I'm assuming this is the Lost Branch similar mechanic. We played one card. Lose 1 stack of toughness every time it... Oh. It just cuts off there. Poi actually seeing the typos instead of, like, pre-sever. Gain 12 shield, shuffle 1. Combo 3, shuffle 2 more. Oh, I can't tell what the rarity these are, by the way. I'm assuming it's this. Like, this is silver, this is bronze. So this is like common, uncommon. Deal 10, and then combo 3, deal 10 to all enemies. Oh, instead. Interesting. I feel like... One at a gold name in the shop? Okay. I feel like... Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted by the slight delay on my model. It's very distracting to me. So the thing that I was going to say about combo 3 on this one is that this is an uncommon card, and the only thing that this changes is that it does AoE damage. My understanding from the Spire is that AoE damage is like pretty situational, so it's not really like, I would understand if this was like 10 then plus 10. This is like combo 3. Oh, but 3 means you could play it on the third one. So I guess it's kind of like this is always going to be an AoE attack for 10, provided you're just playing like one cost things. Maybe that's fine, but also like a 10 AoE uncommon attack is like seems kind of weak. Gain 12 shield. Let's take this one. This one's cool. I really probably shouldn't be picking this many cards, but hello there. It is time to beat you up. Oh wait, I see there's like a little X here. So this is intends to attack you multiple times, but it doesn't tell you how many times, I guess. I'm not sure if that is intentional or not. It's 1 energy, deal 10, which seems fine for an uncommon. The starter card only deals 10 when you combo. Yeah, that's fair. I guess I was just... The conditional with the AoE is kind of strange. Is the only thing that seems like, why does it have that? Right? It's not... just because I value AoE a lot lower, so... It seems weird that it has a conditional. That was the main thing. Evil Ember. We're gonna kick her butt, maybe. Potentially. She looks tasty, like cotton candy. Can I eat whatever this is? The fire around her. Let's hope that... I don't know how much damage it's doing, so we're just gonna pray. Okay, that dealt 6. And now this is 10 times something? Okay, let's take ibuprofen together. If you have at least 2 strength, you gain an additional 8 shield. We've played 1 card. We don't have a 0 cost? Okay. Alright. Kill me. Wait, was that just 10? Sorry, I thought it said that it was going to do it multiple times. This is a spell. The enemy intends to do multiple things. Okay. Let's play power. And then hopefully it doesn't kill me. Oh, wait. I have... What is this? Burn 4. So it gained power? Did it just burn me? Let's take more ibuprofen. Here. There we go. That's good. Oh wait, but we didn't combo it, so it was only 1. I'm stupid. No. What the? I saw damage numbers pop up here, and I was like, wait, did I take damage for something? Wait, what? Wait, am I taking... I saw, like, damage animations. Am I dying? Okay, 8. Yeah, it's saying I'm taking, like, 999 or something. Oh, well, I take 1 for doing the first thing. There was that. Okay. It is not attacking me. But we're on 3, I think. Yes. Are there side effects from taking too much ibuprofen? So bad. Is this the multiple attack? This is a multiple attack. Two, three. Oh, can I queue multiple attacks? Yes. Good. I have no energy. It's good to know. I'm gonna die. Yeah, it was 999. Got it. I was confused for a second. I thought I was losing my mind. 2. Yeah, all of those give me 2. That's kind of crazy. Wait, did they also... It said... Okay, because they went over here, and I was like... Or maybe I was just seeing the animation for this. I was confused for a second. Ah, we are at 12 burn now. That's a lot of burn. I'm going to die. 2, 3. I can't do that one. Should I do more? Because I don't remember what card I'm on. I think because these, yeah, I think give me 2. Burn to the ground. Burn. Amber kicked your ass, lore accurate considering she punched the fucking sun. That's incredible. So I think we need to get to... So this is... Sorry, I still don't know if this is... Does combo 2 mean... It means on the second one you play, right? I think. So I'll do this. And then I think... This, I think, gains me 2, yeah? Alright, I think we're cooked. Okay, coffee shot. This is 19. I mean, we're gonna take 12. Jerry? Yeah, we're playing Jerry. The Jerry card game. Well, we got cooked. Sorry, I think the UX is just throwing me off a lot. I'm sorry. But maybe if we pick more better cards, do you think we can do better? I'm wondering if we want to try again. Probably. Oh, I guess I can't view the card list as well, because that's normally something that I would do. So I suppose the one thing that I want to say, didn't even drink the healing potion. Well, yeah, me remembering that I had it, I think would be would be good. A little overloaded with the cards themselves. It is always funny for me whenever when I am the person playtesting something, because I know that I'm kind of like slow on the uptake, or things like overload me a lot. So I go like, well, I'm a good vibe check for what a dumbass would experience. Like, I guess I'm very sensitive to like being overloaded by many words, keywords, like lack of UX and stuff, which that's what I was gonna say was it is hard for me to keep track of how many cards I played, for example. Or so like if a card glowed when the condition is active, or if there was like a card count. Obviously there's no descriptors for the keywords because it is a friendly reminder that the context of this is that it is a game jam game. So it's not like it, you know, I guess I don't want to assume what the development pipeline for it is, but stuff like keywords I think are super important. Like on the cards themselves, like the reminder text little bubbles that pop up. Oh, I was gonna make a note about dragging and attacking, which was like, I don't know if the like certainly if you dragged and selected to something that like I'm wondering about detection zones, because like I felt like I could just flick cards sometimes in Slay the Spire, and I felt like I could not do that here. So I don't know if there was like a difference in that somehow, like small difference in the UX, the stuff with the map, and like whether thing it at least indicates to you where you can go. I don't know if there's anything for like when you're hovering on something. The fade I think is like Lar is the goober fireproof. What? Goober, yeah, I basically think of all the dumb people who can't handle all of the things all at once. Yeah, the fade is unfortunately probably not super great for trying to read cards and relics and stuff. Like you would expect it to pop up a lot faster, because like I just feel like I hover over a card and then go like I just really want to know what the effect is. Which if the menu is already open and then you scroll to somewhere else in your hand, it does immediately flick. But the spawning in of the tooltip I think is a little jarring or disorienting. Like that's a part of the system you'd want like to activate immediately. I really like the animations, by the way. I said I wasn't really going to comment on the art because like not necessarily design focused, but I did like the attack animations a lot. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can like lock in and more just see if we can get her done. Wonder if I can like open the map. Nope, can't open the map. Okay, let's go to the menu. Abandon. Start. Nope. Alright, let's try it again. I'm gonna try reloading the page. Abandon. Start. Let's see if it'll allow me to play another run, I guess. That was a good question. Aha! We've gotten it to work. Okay. Let's not get 2 random bricks in our deck and just upgrade everything. This is the shop. Lighten your load. Fish into the black hole. Discard a card from your deck. Sorry, I should probably read the actual event. You see a Gooby sitting on the edge of the star. What are you doing? Oh, Jelly and Martin. He looks at you, a vacant look on his face. Look over there. There's a little black hole. He points beyond the edge, and sure enough, you see a little black hole. Interesting. I reach into the black hole. Probably that over removing cards from my deck. I also just upgraded all of the strikes and defense, right? Dexterity. Got anything I can actually use to reach into the hole? I do. He says as he pulls out an actual fishing rod. You ignore the slight absurdity of the situation and take the rod. You then cast a line into the black hole. It immediately snags onto something and you reel in your bounty. As you turn around to leave, the Gumi speaks up. Please save Lumi. I will, you assure him. Listen, Chief, I think that's a little high expectations for how our last run went. So, I don't know about that one. Wait, can we just like... Oh, shit. Everything is upgraded. So we're kind of cooking with gas now. Deal 10. It's whenever it's shuffled, it reduces its cost. Start your next turn, gain 1, and that's if we discard things. So we don't have any discards yet. I can't imagine we're drawing too much. I'm going to consume ibuprofen. Man, I've had so much ibuprofen since we started playing this game. I don't know what's gonna happen to me. Draw 3. We have no gold. You stand upon one of the edges of the star. You see a vast nothingness before you, not the void, but something else bleaker. You feel like you could lose something to it. Discard a card. Sure. Let's discard ibuprofen. Didn't I say I didn't want to discard a card because we just upgraded everything? Probably. Let's discard a strike. Stupid. Stop doing that. It's dumb. What are you doing? I think ibuprofen will fuck those up. Yes, it will not be good for any of those organs. That is correct. Oh, I probably could have just killed it. Silly me. God damn it. No! Predict for cycle to draw a card. Well, if we're trying to kill things, I'm assuming Coffee Shot is going to be good. Classic zero brain power player thinking that Flex is good. Literally could have just flexed at the start of this turn. Deal 13 to all enemies. Put one Shiv into your discard pile. Debut. Draw 3 cards. Gain block equal to 2 times the amount of cards in your hand. What the hell? How am I ever supposed to play that card? It costs 3. Wait, what? I guess if you start with 5 cards in your hand, I mean, it's like a... That seems difficult. It's like, do I want to pick cards that I feel like will allow me to win, or do I want to pick cards that I think are interesting just for the sake of seeing if they work beyond my expectations? Oh wait, we were in the menu. We could have turned down the sound effects. Damn it. Okay, deal 7, put a shiv into your head. Okay. So lets you, like, play 2 cards. Deal damage equal to the number of cards in your hand, excluding this card. Interesting. I mean, Close In is a very good card, so I think we're just gonna take Close In. 0 cost attacks that allow you to cycle are very good. What is this? Oh no. Oh no, did it disappear into the void? I wanted to get the description of it. And I was like, well, I can't consume the thing because I'm at full. Interesting. It still allowed me to select it. Let's no, we're not there yet. We're here to bonk. Surprised there are not Jorb references yet. Well, yeah, I mean, we barely made it out of Act 1 because I kept talking about things, but I think the main thing is that I like that it shuffles shivs into your deck so that you can actually activate your combo condition cards. I wonder about all the other conditionals, like the strength condition seems very strange to me. I don't know if the... Like, if I could see all of the cards, then it would be easier for me to determine, I guess, if, like, is the discard package even, like, a thing or a sub-mechanic that you want? I guess so, because, like, drawing and discarding, they're kind of beside each other, and then you want to draw cards so that you can use your 0 costs more freely, and then... Yeah, I mean, like, I guess that all makes sense. Gain 10 awatism. Well... I don't know what that does. I can only imagine. Guys, what do we think gaining 10 awatism does? What are we thinking here? Okay. I kind of want to take it anyways. Also, I find it funny that this is called Cloak and Dagger, and it is not the other Cloak and Dagger card. Alright, let's find out. We still have not taken any damage. Do I get to know what this is? Nope. Alright. It's gonna be Lost to the Void. Let's upgrade... do I get more awatism if I get 2 more! I get 2 more of them! I wanted to upgrade these. No, that only upgrades the damage. This also only upgrades the damage. How about this? 2 and 4. We're upgrading Flex Boys, let's go. Oh my fuck. That is huge. That's a thick boy. Oh no. I can't drag select anywhere. Has to be here. Why he got a butthole on his face? I don't know. Oh no. Oh goodness me. So we get to keep 2 strength. I mean, that's quite good. 0 mana, get 2 strength for almost free is pretty crazy. What does Awatism do? At the end of your turn, deal damage to all enemies equal to the number of Awatism you have. Lose 2 Awatism for, I'm assuming it just gets cut off there, so. Let's find out. How do we lose Awatism? Did I take damage for some reason? Oh, I have no energy. A funny bit of, like, indicator stuff. Let me see if this is a... Yeah. So, there's, oh, man. Let me just stretch. Oh. On the list of things that are, like, clearly they were very focused on doing other things, and this is not a judgment of the fact that it is not there, but we can learn that I think I keep messing up the, like, whether or not I can play cards or not. Both, I think, due to, like, hover indicators, but there is a, empty pool indicator for... What is this? There's like a little hover there that I'm not sure what that does. There is, like a swirling floating thing, I think, when you have energy in Slay the Spire, and then it, like, becomes gray when you're out of energy. So it's like one of those in your peripheral, it just, like, cues you that you are not, that you're out of energy, basically. Is what I'm gonna blame instead of myself. I mean, that's kind of the lens, right? Is like, if you assume that the player is not usually at fault, like, what could it have possibly been? I'm actually not a person who genuinely or generally blames my own circumstances for problems. I blame myself usually, but it's kind of the reverse when you're thinking design-wise. We're gonna not take ibuprofen, I think. Dude, I'm gonna have so much damn ibuprofen in my system by the end of this game. Please do not overdose on ibuprofen. You could literally die. Why did autism make you stinky? You got me with that one. Who knows? If you say so. Yeah, make sure you're not... Do not, in fact, take ibuprofen whenever I play the card, because you literally might die. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess, interestingly, this doesn't cover the entire screen, so I can still... Does that do anything? I know it doesn't... It's not my turn! Can I end my turn? Oh, yeah. Kind of funny. Curl up. This is cute. Gain 10 shield, cycle, draw 1. We haven't picked any cycle cards, so I do kind of wonder if, kind of wonder if I want to do that. Deal 4 whenever you play a Shiv. If this card is in your discard pile, return it to your hand. Oh, this is, a Flurry of Blows clone. That seems like it's really good. Welcome, Cooler. We get 2 HP at the end of combat. Wait, not at the start of combat. See a strange mirror standing in front of you. Martin seems to know what it is. He tells you that it is some kind of duplicator. Apparently, this is what the Luminids use to multiply themselves. What the? Okay, let's duplicate a card. I'm just gonna duplicate all of my close-ins. Gonna be honest with you. Free cycling cards, OP. One, two, 3, oh, 2, 2. Try this again. Deal 5. Yeah, I do really wonder about the detection range for dragging stuff, because I'm messing it up so much. All right, how many momentum blows can we miss? Sorry, I just realized that some cards are red-blue, and I'm wondering... That might mean something. Are we gonna get multi-track drifting? We've shuffled our deck, so the momentum blows aren't in there. I can't discard them either because they're not here. Ah, you just had straight up lethal. I was gonna say that I think shuffling cards into your deck is interesting when you will be at... I don't know how to say this, but I realized that playing a character that draws a lot of cards and then being able to shuffle cards into your deck is like some Watcher level stuff, you know? Okay. When you execute a combo, gain... What in the fuck? Is that... What? That's crazy. What? Deal 7 whenever you predict if this card is in your hand, this card gains damage equal to the number of cards discarded. This way or the rest. It's cut off again. Your attack cards in hand, deck, and discard pile gain lifesteal until end of combat. It's kind of neat. Alright, well, this one seems insane, so we'll do that. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I don't know. We need to find a way to exhaust stuff. Oh. I don't... I definitely knew what I picked there. Let's just scroll all the way back. Shop! We started on a shop. Am I supposed to start on a shop? Constraint 1. Do not know what that does. So let's buy it and find out. Whenever you play your second card each turn, get a Shiv. Combo 3 deal... Yeah, that's the AoE card. Oh, that seems insane. Do this one. Sound seems really good. And sure, why not? Let's remove... It is funny how I'm like, yes, let's find out if we can get down to like 10 cards so that we can infinitely cycle close-ins, but Paradox maybe? Oh yeah, so that you can't just cycle that card. Hmm. Abandoned Forge. Yeah. Random Trinket. Gain 3 Reflect. No, they're changing colors. I didn't even get to read what those did. Oh no. Such an odd choice. I get that it's a random trinket, but when a trinket costs 150 in the shop, it seems bad to choose 50 coins. For Forge? Yeah, the Forge choice was random trinket versus 50 when... Yeah, so like the value of a trinket is like 150 theoretically. So gaining 50 is like very strange. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, maybe I do need to get a new charger. I was trying to put it off, but it really do be like that. Gain 10 shield if you have at least 2 strength. Yeah, we know that one. Unplayable cycle. We don't have any discard. Combo 3, shuffle 2 more. Like, I don't really want to clog my deck if I want to be playing 70 close-ins, combo McDougal. But I don't know if it's, like, strong enough, you know, because you don't have a good sense of the scaling in this game. So I don't know if trying to play several... Whoa! Big. Several close-ins is good enough. Oh, wait, I should have... Oh, constraint. I read it. It's like you can't draw for the rest of the turn or something like that. That is going to fuck me up. These are the kindlings. Cute. And they have halos, which they were mentioning. The halos are corruption or something. Alright, we're womboing. The halo symbolize they're probably brainwashed by Jilumi. Understandable. They're just like you? Big? Yeah, I know, they are just like me. They're so big. What the... What? What? The start of your turn, gain 1 strength. When next turn? At the start of my next turn, or just always? No, that the halo symbolizes corruption. This one? Oh, no. My toggles just don't want to work. Oh, there we go. Aha. Awful. Also, no brain cell stare, so it adds up. Yes. Predicts 4. I don't think I want to take that. Also, I actually don't know if I want this constraint card. If I want to be popping off, I think I don't want it. We're not getting attacked this turn, so let's just... Oh, I guess I wanted to do this one first. Sequencing is difficult. Darn. Wait. Cannot draw any more cards this turn. Wait, but I just drew one. Wait. No, I discarded one. Wait. No, but didn't I draw... Wait. Didn't I just draw this off of the thoughtful blow? Ah. It's probably just bugged. That's fine. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. It being bugged is not a huge problem. It's like very fixable. Deal 16. Whenever you play a Shiv, if this card is in your hand, reduce it by 1 until the end of combat. That seems kind of good. Gain 1 strength, outburst, exert. Does outburst mean I die when I play it? Let's pick it because it's fun. Oh, wait. Oh, I had to right click to look at it. Exert. This card is banished after being played. It loses that. Okay, well, I'm gonna assume that it's good. So let's find out what it does. We upgrade... What is this? 6. Draw 6? Let's go. I'm just gonna play cards. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play so many cards. Do we get to find out what Outburst does? Nope, I don't see it. About 50% of unblocked damage received from attacks. Lose 1 reflect sack every time it triggers. Okay. What? Oh, because I had like 11 strength or something. In 1 toughness. Put a thing in your discard. Yeah, these 3-cost cards are quite bad. Is what I'm gonna say. I don't know. Like, I get that this is a common. I just wonder if, like, I don't know. It's like very 3 mana, isn't it? Because I'm gathering that like, a lot of the, and like, I keep saying mana, but like energy scaling seems similar or adjacent to the Spire. That's a 1.5 mana effect. Yeah, basically. It's like, do some damage and then like shuffle a card in for later seems very, like, it seems quite weak. So, and I've talked about this before, but the important thing about commons, like, commons are actually kind of the lifeblood of your, like, roguelike character, or yeah, like in any roguelike system, because those are the effects that players are going to run into a lot. So what you actually want is, like, for them to be pretty good, and that there's like an opportunity cost to choosing them. So, like, I don't have to look at an uncommon and two commons and basically be like, well, these commons are just garbage. To be fair, I think uncommons are actually very frequently, like, just a little bit better than commons a lot of the time, but cards like if you think of Pommel Strike versus Shrug Off, you kind of go, okay, does this deck need more block, basically? Or does it need more attack? And that's a decision that the player can come to a conclusion about and decide on one of those two things. Whereas if Pommel Strike was like 2.5 mana, I know it can't be 2.5 mana, but it's like Pommel Strike is 2.5 mana, and then like Pommel Strike plus uncommon Pommel Strike is like 1 mana. It's like very... It kind of means like, well, I just don't want to pick these common cards, right? Which is unfortunate. So like that card, I'd be interested in playing that type of effect, especially in the deck that I play. I'm like, that seems like a good card for me to have, but it being 3 is like borderline unplayable, especially with the context of the character. Like the context of the character is wanting to play a lot of cards. So I mean, I even think when you're trying to do a setup turn, the opportunity cost is normally, well, I'm going to play a power, and usually I want to pair like powers and blocking so that I don't die, or maybe you're given a turn to do that. But like 3 for an attack means like I basically have no energy to play any blocks, and it's an attack. Those aren't really what I want to be doing at the same time, necessarily. So... who is the cutest? Oh no. You see a Gumi and a Star Knight locked in a debate. No matter how you put it, Jelly is the cutest, the Star Knight exclaims. No, Lumi is, the Gumi counters. Jelly too would say her wife is cute, right, Jelly? They both turn to you in unison. Oh no. Leave me alone, man, is the canon answer? That's incredible. I mean, what do these do? I wanna choose Leave Me Alone, man, because that's the canon answer. But I am curious if these are like really strong or something, but we gotta pick the canon answer. I'm not gonna take part in this. You say as you walk away. These kinds of debates are so stupid. They're not stupid. They're true. They're true. They're objectively true to me. So based. I'm severely trying to, how do you say, resist the urge to try and infinite combo because constraint is broken. But I really want to do it just because it's funny. Oh, this looks so cute! I love this! This is very cute. Gain 5 block, predict 2, draw 1 card. I don't know, maybe the costs in this game are just, like, higher, maybe. Because this is, like, a low amount of block. This is, this is fucking Rewrite. Rewrite nerf to 2 energy? It's fucking over, dude! Oh, man. I get the sense that we're gonna end up dying because I haven't drafted any blocks. So I kind of want to take it just on that, basis. Gain 4 shield while this card is in your hand whenever you play an attack card. Yeah, this gains shield equal to the thing. And it has pre-sever. Cycle. When this card is shuffled into the deck, reduce it by 1. What do you predict if this card is in your... This is whenever you scry. Okay, interesting. This card is in your discard, return it to your hand. So we have 2 buyback attacks. That's actually kind of crazy. Is this one uncommon? This one's uncommon. Yeah, that's... You know what's interesting about that is that... So Watcher obviously has both of those, like the scry and on... on scry and on like other condition, and they seem to have flopped. They seem to have flipped the rarity, which I kind of agree with, because I think that the scry buyback is like significantly worse than the other one. Yeah, I wish I understood what the purpose of the dual colored cards was, because I don't have any clue. Let's remove another strike. And let's add... I'm gonna pick this just because it's rewrite, and I think that's really funny. But I think it's maybe not. You know what? No, it's fine. It's... Oh, we got the same event again. Interesting. Have we already gotten this event? What if you trigger a combo draw card? Okay. Jelly's all attack, no defense whatsoever, other than her mucking of the universe making something backfire. Oh no! That's so funny. Love that. Love that for you, girl. This is a lot of dudes, by the way. So I'm concerned about how many dudes have been spawned. Oh, we can't play the power in as transient. Fuck. What does Outburst do? It just gives me 7. I should have sold the constraint card now that I'm thinking about it, because it's bugged. I keep playing it going like, ah yes, I'm gonna give myself stuff and then I'm gonna use those to attack, but I can't like not play close in. You know what I mean? I guess I could not play the cards that I draw after. I don't know. It's fine. Did I get confusioned? That's a lot of confusions. Jeez, man. Yeah, we can't see the rarity on the relics, but definitely the, like, combo draw cards is, like, probably insane. Clearly the card is meant to work like that. The tooltip for the effect is just lying and trying to trick you. Oh, man. When you draw a card, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. Gain 1 strength, outburst, exert. Draw 3, then discard 2. Gain 3 PP. Interesting. Oh, is this... It's called compulsive research. I fucking love that. That's awesome. Oh man. It isn't. Wait. No, but isn't this frantic search? It's not. Compulsive research is a different card, isn't it? What was it? Draw 3, discard 2, unless they discard a land. It's a different magic card! I know. I assumed they were making a reference, but I could be mistaken. Oh, I'm not sure. I guess just because it does. It's a good thing to note. We're gonna take this because it seems insanely broken. Do really wish I knew what I was getting. Cards with Radiance Identity are now obtainable. At the... I think it pops up on the side. Nope. Frantic Search is draw 2, discard 2, so it isn't exactly that either. I suppose you're right. Sorry, I was thinking about the untap the lands, but Frantic Search is 3 though, right? Pay 3 and tap 3. Which MTG card is let's take ibuprofen? Well, this is even if we resolve the other thing. Oh, I suppose this is another thing to note is that the the portraits are all the same. So an interesting like UI thing from Slay the Spire is that the powers have a circular frame, and I think skills and attacks have different frames, if I'm remembering correctly. And they also have like different symbols, I believe. Let me just double check that. Slay the Spire Strike. Slay the Spire Defend. Yes, okay. So worth noting, because I think, again, this is a thing that helps people like read stuff at a glance, is that all the things here are square border. And I was thinking to myself, like, why am I having so much difficulty understanding that, like, this is a power? Because I'll read the effect and I'd be like, oh, that's interesting. Is that effect until end of turn? Like, that was my thought. And I'm like, oh, no, this is a power. And you were thinking of Dark Sphere, that's ibuprofen. Sacrifice a deal damage to you by a single source. Down. What the fuck? Oh, it is half damage. Okay, sorry. I thought deal damage to yourself, and I was like, what? But no, that is literally what that is. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Okay. So the thing I was saying was, yeah, powers have circular frames. Skills have more of a rounded square frame, and attacks actually have like a divot downwards. Which, the point of saying that isn't to say you should use the same iconography as Slay the Spire, but that it might be a good idea to have different at a glance iconography that people can read, such that they can differentiate between those different card types. Maybe that affects readability. Don't ask why I know what Dark Sphere does. Well, now I want to ask. Let's sack a guard. Sure. Let's get dark roast coffee. And I said I wasn't going to pick this, right? but I really want to. Still haven't used like any of my potions. I mean, I think what's been happening, just for the record, is like, you know, now that I understand a little bit more about the character, and I suppose I got some of the stronger things that it can do, like, the sort of the problem or the concern with a character like this, and I mentioned this with the other character, I think they were called the Chaser, was the mod in Slay the Spire, is that, like, if you get to the point where your deck is just, like, things that draw cards and attack, and you have this positive feedback loop with attacking that, like, lets you draw more cards and gains you more energy, like, you create, like, a loop pretty easily. Like, a loop of you will just kill everything. So I wonder about how it could be restricted a little bit, such that you don't do that. Is it a too easy to master loop? It's not too easy to master. It's literally like, if you think of designing an encounter, I would say, let's say there's an opponent with 60 HP, and I can choose between doing 12 damage or blocking 6. And I won't always have access to doing both, but if they're attacking me for 8, sometimes I'll block for 6, and then if they're attacking for 8, sometimes I'll attack for 12, depending on how close they are to dying. So that's sort of the decisions that I have to make, is like, do I choose to attack on this turn when they're dealing damage to me with the intent that I'm going to probably end up finishing this encounter by the next turn, or by the next time I feel like I'm going to be threatened by the encounter, can I just, like, do enough damage and clean it up? So if your choices are just deal 12 damage or block 8, and that's the only opportunity cost between, like, what you're thinking, then, like, it's not a very compelling game, right? So we start putting stuff on top of it. Welcome, Doc. We are awawawawawawing. So you start layering things on top to make it more interesting. The problem is that if the base encounter is 60 HP, and then you start with deal 12, but then you do, like, 6, like, my 12 damage was actually 6 and 6, and if I play 2 cards, then I draw two more cards, which also cost 0, which those will deal 6 and 6, so now I've doubled my damage output, and then those can theoretically go into the next thing, which go, like, 6 and 6 again, so now I'm doing 36, depending on whether or not I just happen to draw 2 things that, like, let me draw more cards or combo and, you know, draw cards and make energy. So because we can theoretically make energy and draw cards at the same time, that's usually something you have to be careful about in general. But, like, the critical mass of being able to do those things in Slay the Spire is usually, like, very low deck count and cards that, like, several powers and cards that let you do that thing. I don't know exactly how many cards, but usually cards that cost 0 will be open to abuse, usually. Or cards which refund themselves, which again is difficult. Like, it's hard because this is a character that wants to play more cards, so you want to give them cards that cost 0, and theoretically you want to give them cards that draw you cards so that they have more access to their cards that cost 0. Their initial feedback loop is, like, to play 3 cards, which puts another card in your deck. Theoretically you want to offset those with drawing cards so that you can play more cards, because this card costs 0, the JSS costs 0. So you want to draw cards so that you can compensate for the fact that you put an additional card in your deck. Not actually a good thing, just for the record. Usually adding cards to your roguelite deck builder deck is not actually great. Like, you want to generally have lean strategies or amass so much value. Like, you can play an Ironclad style deck that has just 30 cards of insane value that you can play at any time. Those also work. I'm talking like Ascension 20 strategies. So again, like, you run into this problem, but I kind of wonder, like, how you can basically say, if, and I should take a step back, if the point was to make a character that you simply just, like, go to the sun with playing so much value, then This is fine. There's no actual problem here. But if you are trying to like usually there's a closing of the loop somehow. Like one part of the card does not allow you to immediately do that part of the card again. And I don't know if that's because like I was able to draft several of this card, like close in. But it really do kind of be like I play 3 close-ins a turn with any combination of 0 cost cards. And like there's very little opportunity cost for me to think about what I want to do with my energy. It's just like draw as many cards as possible, play all of these shifts. Like that's what it very quickly becomes, instead of like like thinking about what decisions you're making every turn. And that's sort of the problem, I guess, with combo characters in general. Is like, how do you limit how many cards they can actually draw without like making the character unplayable? Which is why I'm always surprised that like Silent is very good, but it's not like they're insanely broken. So I really wonder about that. I definitely think 0 cost draw a card on attack, because combo 30 is just active after, you know. This is probably really bad. And maybe it's like, usually you can't draft cards in the starting deck as well. But I kind of wonder if close-in was just combo 3, or if like combo 3 meant you can only do it on the 3rd time, which again, you would need to I'm not suggesting you would actually do any of these things, just for the record. I'm just like kind of talking out loud. But that means if you add things that were like combo 3, and then the point was to play 3 cards, or to play that as your 3rd card, and then like that's your turn, if that makes sense. Like you want to plan for the finality of what you think the character's turn is going to be. And usually the powers in Slay the Spire let you like do insanely broken things, but only if you have taken the time to play the power, which you won't always have time to do based on the threat level of the encounter. And then like there's an opportunity cost to setting up, like very much so in Slay the Spire, because things like kill you almost immediately. So it's some combination of, I haven't really felt threatened at all until, I mean, like we're in Act 3 now. Haven't felt super threatened. There's no negative feedback loop to prevent me from like playing several cards. I guess if Constraint worked, that'd be very good. Which it's just bugged, so there's nothing to be done about that. 6 cards is a lot, honestly. Acrobatics, or whatever it's called, like draw 4, discard 1 is already very strong on Silent, so draw 6 is like a lot. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, there's no like Time Eater. Who knows? Maybe Lumi is Time Eater, but it. I feel like when you get to not deciding a lot of things and you're just like spamming 0 cost skills, like that's fun, kind of, but a lot of the interest or the nuance, I think, that people appreciate out of playing a character like Silent and Slay the Spire is because, like, there are a lot of decisions to make. Like, when you're... Like, Acrobatics is a great card, but also, like, what am I realistically going to draw in these 4 cards because I'm spending 1 mana to cast it? Right? Like, I don't know. Maybe, like, my hand already has stuff, but I could draw the discard card that gives me energy, so maybe I want to be doing that. So, you know, and the unplayable cards are obviously also a hindrance. Like, they're great, but they hinder you quite a lot. So I guess what I'm seeing is that this character primes me more to be set up to do these like combo things, because that's what the deck starts with. Like, that's what it's teaching me at the start. Like, there's no discard card in the starting deck, right? Silent has a discard card in the starting deck, which is very good for teaching the player that there are going to be discard mechanics, and you can freely pick... I guess that's another problem, that you can freely pick cards which discard... I'm assuming the cycle cards are when you discard them, which, again, I could just be wrong about. But because the deck starts with a discard outlet, you can freely pick cards which say when this is discarded. Because this deck doesn't start with a discard outlet, that's harder. Instead, it's like priming me to like play a lot of combo cards, which again is cool. It's just you run into this problem that I was kind of describing, or trying to piece apart, like how do you actually make that like playable. So like I was thinking about cards like Coffee Shot, for example, right? Where this is kind of like flex but bad, right? But because it's combo 4, you play it at like the end of your turn. But cards that like disappear, that you can't like get all of the value out after the fact, so that like you can do like a big combo turn, but you don't quite have that same power going into your next turn. Which you still want to have some power, but just not like infinite, super crazy giga power, which is why I thought Coffee Shot would have exhausted itself with the combo 4, but it doesn't. So, I mean, like, exhausting in this sense probably would be better, where, like, the opportunity cost of Flex is normally that it is a 0-cost card that you draw, but it doesn't, like, actually do anything. It just gives you strength. So, anyways, that's kind of how I feel about it right now, because, like, I'm having fun. I'm having fun, like, styling on things and just, like, punching things face in, and like, I actually think this card, like, Close-In is very cool as a concept. Because you are, like... It is just a thing that you get to do, and you're like, I need to make sure I do that last. Like, it's just a little mini-game for you to play with not a whole lot of thinking, and then it gives you something else to do. Or you can play it early so that it triggers your other combo stuff. Like, that is actually an opportunity cost that you can be thinking about as a player. But I have 3 of them, and it's a common. So that's very strange. I feel like Close-In would be fine if it just wasn't draftable. I think so. And probably not, I mean, you can duplicate it, but also, yeah. I guess what I'm saying, or trying to appreciate, is that, like, we've played a character that is not nigh identical to this, but that was trying to do this type of mechanic, which is like play X amount of cards and do additional stuff. And I think about characters like Forestcraft from Shadowverse, and like just how spectacularly made those kinds of characters are, and go like, yeah, it's very difficult to balance these systems that are like play X cards. Like, that's surprisingly very complicated. Yeah, I don't know. Indicators would be great. Please. I'm crying, dude. Please, I just need to know when I've when I've done that. Wait, discard 2 cards from my hand. Oh, this is I thought this was the other card, my bad. This and this. Wait, what? Wait, what did I... Wait, what happened? What do I... Wait, was there a thing that let me do that? Wait, what the... I'm just gonna... It's fine. Okay. But yeah, definitely things to be careful of are, like, drawing cards and gaining energy at the same time. Is, like you want those to be, like, somewhat separated from each other so that they don't loop into each other. Pump it up. This and that. I don't know why I had 2 of these in my hand. Consume ibuprofen. But that was the draw card. Okay. Sure, let's take another one of these. Oh. Oh no, it's emo jelly. Fight. It's gonna be really funny when I lose this run, because wait, I can ignore them and obtain a burden. I don't know what that is. All right. You assume a battle stance. You don't know how she got here, but you know what you must do next. Oh god. What the... Oh no. Is that what she called it? I remember when she did this, and I thought it was really funny. But I was a little, on the outskirts. 500 HP, huh? How long do I think that this, fight is gonna be? What is copying my cards? I'm losing my brain. Something is letting me copy my cards and I don't know what it is. It's fine. Hey Cesar, sorry, when you came in before I didn't say hi, but we're currently trying to design the spire. Which is, I really don't, I think I didn't appreciate, and I still don't appreciate the fact that, like, trying to do this is so much more complicated than I always think it is gonna be. How can you lose your brain if you don't have any? Well, you'd be surprised. Also, I said I wasn't going to really mention things like, you know, art, music, assets, and stuff like that, but I do want to say out loud that the fucking music slaps. Has nothing to do at all with design at all, but the music fucking slaps. Alright, we're going to the moon with this one. Take some ibuprofen. Oh, I guess that's another thing to note, is that, like, this character can gain strength and is centered around, shivs. You'll notice that, shiv attack is on accuracy, I think, only. And, basically, it's kind of difficult for Silent to get strength, and the reason for that is because Silent can play so many attacks. You can see what the problem with that is currently at the moment. Or, like, why that would be considered very strong. What happened there? Okay. More if it's you? Wait. She didn't do anything. Am I just gonna die randomly? Damn, she just died. She is gone now. Well, I bullied the shit out of her. My bad. I'm going to remove consume ibuprofen, despite the fact that I think it's fucking hilarious. Rather pump it up. Oh, shit, I was supposed to remove Scuff Scramble. Lose 4, deal 6 to all enemies twice. Deal 12 to all enemies, cycle deal 12 to all enemies. Interesting. Yeah, a lot of these cards are very expensive. Turns out 0 mana deal... 0 mana 5 damage, draw 2 is pretty strong. Yes. Turns out... Well, it's not even deal 5 damage, because we have strength scaling cards. Like, we have Outburst. Which just, like, gives you an uncertain amount of strength. Because it gave me 7 one time. And I don't know what it gave me last time, but... The point is that... basically, the math for how much damage Silent does is, like... You know, card draw, and then, like... X for Shiv, and then the multiplicative stuff is poison. Right, so you poison something and then you can, like, catalyst it. That's one of its ways that it can go over the top. but again, because everything is so linked together on this character, like making shivs and attacking with shivs and stuff like that, your strength and how many cards you can play being your multiplier is just like so insane with card draw, I guess. Like that, what I'm saying is that like that calculation is go to the fucking moon. That's why we did 500 damage on like turn 2. So water bottle, sure. Doro! Monster Caro! Doro! Oh, right. Now I have... Look at how many... Wait. Oh, they're temporary ones. Interesting, okay. I was confused for a second. I know I said I wasn't really gonna mention it much, but like the music goes so fucking hard, dude. Like I'm actually so real about that. I was trying not to say anything as to not be distracted, but you know, that's kind of the tension and difficult part when playing this whenever I do design the spire, is like I don't want to just be like, wow, the art's really good. Because like it is. Part of being entertaining though. So deal 7, predict 2. Yeah, that's if you discard attack cards. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick any cards. Cyanites are fucking masters of music, from Cry High to the dude that made the OST. Yeah, I am unfamiliar, right, as I am usually like toe deep in any community, but I do really like the music a lot. I do not know what that potion is, so I'm just not going to take it. Let's upgrade. This does not do anything when it's upgraded. Oh, that's why it has it, Poi, because in the upgrade it has that. Okay. Well, probably shouldn't show it in the reminder text unless it's upgraded, right? I don't think I care to do that necessarily. Yeah, I definitely want to get rid of transients from this card, so we're going to do that. You stand before a pedestal. Oh, so this is actually the image for this event. You can feel a certain kind of energy emanating from it. It has a slot that would exactly fit your sword. How convenient. Is Jelly going to ram her sword into the stone? Let's do it. Ram it in there. Is this Zelda? Bro, I'm gonna lose it. Zeliosphere, and he's on VGen if someone wants to commission something. Sweet. Is that the person, sorry, who did the OST? I'm gonna open that before I forget. Hopefully this doesn't play anything. Nice. Yeah. Cool. Oh, yo. Damn, they struggling. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Also, wait, I just realized. So, did it not pay the cost for this? Or it's like the first thing I played. There are some effects that simply just due to clarity. You started with 6, I did so. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Because there are like certain things that are happening and due to lack of clarity. Like, I don't know what my boss relics do. I'm having difficulty knowing where the hell my effects are coming from. I don't think I need any of these. Sure, I'll take acrylic stand. I don't know what it did, but I'm taking it. It looks like the boss relics are based on Lost Branch of Legend, and that they add cards to the draft pool, but it seems the mechanic has yet to be implemented. That makes sense. Ah, I forgot that I have the thing that does the stuff. Man, I really wish I knew what Outburst was. Wait, this is Grape Shot. So is Outburst Storm? That must be it. Okay. Outburst must be Storm. Okay. Let's do it. We're gonna pick the Storm card. Oh, here. Go to Phase shop. To buy coffee. Important. It's like I don't have to do this. 0. Cost 0. Fantastic. I was thinking it might be Storm based on the strength one giving you a seemingly random amount. Yeah. That makes sense to me. Deal 7. Whenever you predict if this card is in your hand, it gains damage equal to the number of cards discarded this way for the rest of the battle. Yeah, I don't know. There seems to be like quite a strange combination, you could say, of effects. It's like, I don't know if this character... You know what? Maybe the predict stuff is more like... Predict and card draw and card selection and comboing all seem to overlap with each other, but I think like discarding and drawing does as well. The strength stuff feels weird to me. I actually think this character just doesn't even need like basically any strength modifiers to be very, very good. And I think even if like you balanced, like if you couldn't draft Closen, for example, but even if you balanced all of that stuff such that you don't like infinite scale into the ceiling, I think even if all the numbers were balanced, without strength, this character could still work. So I guess that's what I was trying to say. Let's buy this. and let's see why I wouldn't buy these. All right, let's buy 2 digital calculators, which I can only assume that is a completely intended mechanic. Finale, there she is. Lumi, the woman you've been trying to save. She is unconscious. The void has wrapped itself around her. She looks almost angelic in this state. Impossible. After all this, you still don't know what is happening or why, but you really don't really care about that. You just want Lumi back. Right. Okay. Vulnerable. Plated armor. 35. I'm assuming there's 2 of them because you exhausted the relic pool. It's possible. Okay. First card we play gets like copied or something, right? Or if you execute a combo, gain 1 PP. So I guess if I duplicate this, that's really good. And then I do this, and then I combo it to get energy. Did it? Was it that the first card you play gets countered and then you duplicate it? Maybe that's what the effect was. Oh no. We're gonna get cooked. $35. Guess that means I actually need to block, huh? Well, we might be cooked. We might be cooked here because we wanted to duplicate our card and then we got roasted because of it. Grape shot. Oh. Nice. Cool, we did it. Wow, we gained 40 strength and then fucking killed them. Oh, man. It's finally over. You rush towards Lumi. She's been freed. Not a single trace of the void left around her. She slowly opens her eyes. Hi, Jelly. Sorry about all that. That grape shot was probably lethal like 10 card plays ago. Yeah, but I wanted to like go really, really big. Like, I wanted to play as much as possible. But then when I realized that it was going to, like, I was probably going to kill it by accidentally playing all of my zero costs, I didn't want to, like, you know, I wanted to use the grape shot. That's my point. Okay, let's go home. Okay. Gibby. Well, that was really fun. Okay, so I think let me see. Is my tracking working? Am I lagging? Because this is a relatively important part. Yeah, let me just do this. Redo the tracking. Okay. And also we're gonna turn this down a little bit. Even though the music fucking slaps. Okay. Bouncing on the sound effects. Sound effects are kind of loud. Okay, so we have played a character like this before. As I mentioned, we have played a character that wanted to play a lot of cards, like combo, as in your conditional is how many cards you have played. Now, I'm trying to like find a place to start because it's been a while since I've done this. I really like Close-In as a starting deck card. The fact that we could get more of them was probably not fair at all. Not knowing what some of the keywords did was also a little difficult. I think the UX things that I noticed, which were like the fading in, was a little inconvenient. It's probably better to have it appear like much faster. I think even having the fade in is still fine, but just like I need the card information or being able to. I don't know if you can see cards on the like basically what I would do, and maybe who knows, maybe they did this and I'm talking out of my ass, but what I would do is take a look at like how fast does the information pop up on the screen in Slay the Spire, because I'm assuming that it would pop up faster than that, like for timing and stuff. And I think that, like, it's so funny because I've done this before, and then I was a little tilted because my producer was basically like, why are we comparing ourselves to other games? And I'm like, we're using it as a heuristic to find out what the correct animation time for a particular thing is. We're not necessarily comparing ourselves to another game. Because like simple UX stuff like that, like 0.1 second, or like how fast an animation plays for system critical information is usually faster than animations that play for prettiness. Art is good, music slaps. I've already said those things. They're not necessarily design related, but I do want to appreciate just like how pretty the game is in the animations and stuff like that. As for cards, yeah, I liked that both of the combo cards in the base deck existed and could work. Like they're just mini. The cards in your base deck are mini tutorials, right? So, like you having the combo card, both of them be combo cards in the starting deck, and the fact that they just work is good. I kind of question both of them being combo cards when there are other mechanics that seem to be critical to the character. Like I wonder if one of them could be a like a scry card. Hey Marv, thank you so much for the 2 months. I've yet to get a 1v1 goon off. This is a scam. Oh my god. Well, we aren't getting that. I hate to break it to you, but we're never doing that. There will never be a goon sesh in House Lyria, at least not one that I am publicly saying is there. Also, the card information being in a separate location from where you select the card is kind of iffy. I agree with that. I'm struggling to remember where it puts the information for cards in Slay the Spire. I think again, one of the developers was in here, I'm guessing, based on the fact that I didn't recognize the username. But it's possible that some of their inspiration came from Lost Branch. So, you can look there too for how fast things appear on screen. You could say, I suppose, if the timing is taken from that game, and maybe it's like a personal preference thing, but I feel pretty strongly about it. It felt too slow, for sure. selection zone for where you drag cards to felt like it was kind of small, particularly for characters that were big, like the mini boss with the butthole mouth. I struggled to drag to the correct place. So I don't know, once again, I'm not sure how they designed it in other games, but usually it's pretty forgiving when you drag to things. I understand that that could cause problems when there are multiple enemies. I am really curious now to investigate the UX of Slay the Spire. I think we're actually going to do that, because I'm really curious now how they... It felt like it was difficult, and I failed to drag cards to enemies several times, whereas in this, I'm just like not used to that. So that was a bit of an issue. The card text, some of the images are a little hard to read. So the art is pretty, which is, I will give it to you that the art is really nice. I really like the shield card. It looked very pretty. But maybe not the most readable at the current resolution that I have it at. So there is a concern for how readable cards are at different resolutions. I know that in Slay the Spire there are basically two art sizes. There's one for when it's zoomed in and one for when it is not zoomed in. And the cards are relatively readable at both. I think you could say that it is a design decision to have thicker or thinner line art depending on what the asset is. So that's like a bit of an interesting thing to say. I would never tell someone to because this is the criticism, right? Is that like, I don't think the art looked bad. I actually like the art quite a lot. The question is how it fits into the context of a game asset is more of a design question. So I would try to work at the resolution of the card that you intended to be at, and then try to view if the line art is readable at that resolution. Because if you understand that, it's basically like if you made a 4K anime drawing and then tried to convert that into sprite animation directly, converting it directly to sprite animation, some things just don't translate very well. And I think that was the same for reading some of the art for these cards. The skill, attack, power outlines, I think, was a thing that really threw me off. So however you want to distinguish between those, the way that Slay the Spire did it was by literally having different borders. But even if it was just a symbol at the top, I saw that you put skill, power, or attack. So even if there was a banner there that was different than each other, which made it easier to read at a glance. And I know I've said it multiple times, but I do want to mention that I am aware that this is a game jam game. This is not a game that has had basically a year to do a polished pass. It takes a really, really long time to just make sure that all of these little tiny things are in the right places. So I am aware of that. So if any of these things were things that you've thought of but simply didn't have the development time to do, I'm empathetic to that. So and I understand that. So what were some other things? The character, so talking about the character itself. So I wanted to mention, by the way, that it's very exciting to me to be able to talk about things that are more focused around the UI and the UX, because this is just a game that someone has made. Because these are, things that you frankly won't see a lot of the time in modern games, because you'll have someone who is solely responsible for making sure that the UX is good. So getting to see and outline those things, I guess is important. I don't normally get the opportunity to talk about those things, but it was, regardless of that, it was fun. For the character balancing itself, I think that having strength on this character is kind of unnecessary. They're already so good at drawing cards and like playing several attacks. I think that the theming of combo, like your condition is how many cards you've played, so you want to strike a balance between how many cards can the players realistically play in one turn. Like having a good or clear picture of like your Shiv production and how many cards they're going to end up playing, I think is important. I realize that it's a little vague. It's kind of hard to explain, but certainly I would say that if the final boss's HP is 500 and my ability to play cards is in the 20s and I have a storm finisher, like that's quite a lot. And just for reference, like as far as scaling goes, so someone like Ironclad doesn't necessarily play like 70 cards in one turn. So their scaling is in their strength modifier. So the way that they take strength and they multiply it by how many times you can multi-hit. Or just in general, it's like a nice static modifier. And then they have ways to multiply their multiple. So you have, what is the card called that doubles your strength? Limit Break isn't always necessary, but usually there's one or two ways that Slay the Spire characters can go over the top, is the way that I say it. So I don't know what ways on defect there are, but I think just having several orbs and then gaining so much more value than what is anticipated by the boss. Like you can have enough Frost Orbs to tank Ascension 20, which is, in my opinion, going over the top. Silence has what's it called? They have Poison. Like Poison is their mechanic where theoretically Silent doesn't have very good ways of gaining strength. And they primarily draw a lot of cards and play a lot of cards. So theoretically, if you drew a lot of cards and played a lot of cards, but you had no strength modifiers, you have a static amount of damage that is relatively low. You're not multiplying anything. Like you're not multing. So you could say that it's like the mult function from Balatro. So multing your mult doesn't do a whole lot. But if your deck is set up to mult, then you get stuff like what I did at the end of the game there, where you're like, okay, I'm drawing so many cards, and I'm multiplying that by how much strength I have, and then I'm going to multiply how many actions I've taken this turn and how much strength I have, which is like multing, you know. It goes like way too far over the top, in my opinion. I don't think that's, unless the game was designed for that, that seems like way out of line. And when there's a dominant strategy that's like very clear like that, there isn't a whole lot of replayability, because you're like, oh, well, I'm just going to do that and like win. I know when I made Flag Bearer, I felt like the early scaling that wasn't particularly strong was like Pulse. You would need like a very large amount of Pulse to make Pulse work. But they had like one card that said your pulses are ×2. So there was one multiplier card, because I know that if there's more than that, like there's more multiplier cards than that, then like the math just stops working. It is also really funny to me because like I play at Ascension 20 and I've gotten comments before about how like the character is incredibly broken, right? Which is fair, reasonable. I think that like Flagbearer is a good example of how like the numbers still aren't very well balanced, in my opinion. Like it's hard to go over the top with Flagbearer because like you only have static modifiers. So you end up getting like 10 inspiration, and then for some reason it's still not enough to beat the heart, because like the cards just don't, a lot of the value is supposed to be from taking extra turns and stuff. I suppose you could say that that is your way of multiplying or going over the top, is taking several extra turns. But this character I felt like could go over the top like way too easily, because again, the problem is that you want to give people card draw. You want to give people cheap cards that they can play a lot of. but the what is the term? Is it diaspora? The disparity between like a 3 mana common card that I'm never going to play and like a 1 or 0 mana card that like draws me a card, like, is so huge that it's hard to ever justify playing the 3 cost card. And then the 0 cost cards are like insanely powerful. So I would be very careful about like people's ability to draw cards and make energy at the same time. And particularly those 2 things being associated with attacking, because I'll read that in a moment. So, because you might be right, but so 0 cost cards attacking, and the other thing that I was gonna say was, goodness, I didn't want to lose this thought. 0 cost cards. Okay, so drawing and making energy and attacking at the same time. Because if you draw and make energy and defend, you don't progress the game towards its end state. So the fact that you can do all those things and be attacking at the same time is kind of a lot, so to speak. So yeah, half a theory aside from the busted 0 cost cards. The game is based more on Lost Branch, where you're guaranteed an extra energy after every boss. Then some of the costs make more sense. It's just missing the, extra energy. Yeah. Well, we did get extra energy when we picked boss relics, so I guess, yeah, if you're guaranteed to get more energy, then the 3 cost cards seem more playable, but I don't really know. Something felt off about just how many cards you could play. Like, you start at combo 3, which is great for Act 1, but then, like, in Act 2, you can already be playing 15 cards. So, to me, there's something a little off about that. You really have to think about that. So, yeah, I wish I could look at all the cards. Obviously, that's like a completely, like, oh yeah, make a card gallery too, dumbasses. It's like, no, obviously not. But it might have been interesting to take a look at them so that I could comment on more things. I'm just trying to recall and remember. Oh, Constraint was bugged. The Persever. I'm being really annoying. Preserve showed up on the 1 card when it wasn't upgraded in the info menu. The opportunity cost at the Forge seems strange to me. As Poi pointed out, the Trinket versus 50, I don't know about that. Also, most of the events were very positive. Again, this might be a thing from Lost Branch, but they do seem quite good. Like, all of the events seem like quite strong and good. So I don't know. Jelly preserves. Is that why you started with extra? I figured it was a temporary boost because it still said 6 out of 3 and you never really went to turn 2 to see if it was temporary. Yeah, I think that's where it came from. I don't know, maybe, who knows? Maybe it's wrong. I was pretty sure that's why we had extra energy, was because we picked boss relics. But again, I don't know. There was, some lack of clarity of, what the relics are because of, like, the missing art and stuff, and which, again, isn't a problem insofar as where the state of the game is right now, but that because this is a game that there's, like, so much information that it is very difficult to parse those things without, like, some sort of asset there. So yeah, but this was really cool. It was awesome. It was fun to play. I enjoyed myself, and I commend the work, which, like, I don't normally say as much for Slay the Spire mods, because I know that they are made with a lot of infrastructure. I understand that there's still a lot of work put into them. I've experienced firsthand, but this is pretty fucking insane, like, pretty crazy. And I know that they've they mentioned on their post that it's like, well, this was severely overscoped and, you know, it requires a lot more time and stuff like that. But it is very funny to me whenever people basically go like, especially for a game jam game. Yeah, I get the sense that maybe they like worked on it, you know, on and off or something like that. I'm not really sure. But yeah, whenever someone says something like, you know, Metroidvania, roguelike, open world, something like that, the reality is that trying to get those games to work and like really hum or sing is like quite a lot. Bye for now, Flower. Goon well and sleep sound. All right, thank you for showing up, Marv. We're never... Goon session isn't happening, but, you know, have a good one. Have fun gooning by yourself. So, yeah, those things take quite a lot of time. And, like, just raw development time to get everything. And you can see that the balancing of it is even more ridiculous and complicated and insane. Which is why I really appreciate games like Hades 2 is in early access right now still. I think they're still doing that. I don't know. I haven't been following the development of it, but yeah, those games benefit a lot from early access because you just need to spend so much time balancing things and getting all the systems to work. It's not like a level by level. Like, you really need the system to be extremely robust. I think I was tuning Flagbearer every week for 2 months after its release, and then I still did a major balance patch, and people still say that it is shit and overpowered. So it's, you know, numbers are hard. They're very difficult. I would personally look at a lot of data and try to figure out some kind of something from that. So the Spire benefited a lot from early access. Yeah, absolutely. They were saying that they made an insane amount of changes in early access for Slay the Spire. Additionally, for Slay the Spire, they, like, one of my favorite things that I remember was apparently in early access, watchers' comm stance like drew you cards or something, which that's the problem that I was talking about. Drawing cards and gaining energy at the same time is just like, those are things you cannot put beside each other because they effectively remove the opportunity cost of playing cards, and it just becomes too easy to play cards, play your entire deck, and stuff like that. So, yeah, super awesome. I love this starting screen. It is incredibly cute. Jerry saved the... I was trying really hard to not get distracted by Angel Lumi because I would have... something table, ground, wall, floor, everybody get down on the floor, etc. I might potentially have a bias towards angels. Who knows? But yes, I put the full credits of this game in the description because there were several people who worked on this. So thank you to all of them. Magna Drake, Peppy. Stop. Don't be a home wrecker. Yes. Nyx XCF did UI. Yeah, which the UI screens that like had more hair done to them is like are quite pretty. Zeliosphere did the music. Shepiru did card art, and the second ace also did card art. So great stuff. Have fun trying to balance it. I say very sarcastically in the sense that it is a nightmare. It is a mess to try and balance a character like this, who is about playing like several cards, and theoretically you could go to the moon with all your multiplying. So good luck with that. I think we had a different character actually that also suffered from multiple thing. Who was it? I think it was the Hunter. That it was like one of the first ones we did. The Hunter had like your traps. You made like X traps, and they also had increased something rather. I don't know. I do just want to check one thing really quickly, which is opening Slay the Spire. Man, we really... I do find it funny how I'm like, yep, I'm going to wake up and do Design the Spire today. And we really did end up with... we really did end up with doing a full Design the Spire... Design the Spire stream where we failed the first run. We didn't really know what we were talking about. We sort of elaborated on what we were thinking as we went through, and then like we picked it up at the end with like, these are actually my thoughts as how I feel about it. But it is very uncomfortable at the start when I'm like doubting all of my game design training, some amount of expertise, etc. Where I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how games work. How the fuck am I supposed to know? Just put it on the screen. Is this the right window? Hopefully. It'll hopefully show soon. There we go. So I'm curious. Yeah, so the thing that I was saying about like UI UX was like, obviously it shows you the next place you can go to, and it has a hover as well. Which I think is important for determining whether you're selecting something. Yeah, so in this game, it pops the thing up immediately in front of you, right? There's like immediately, there's no like it immediately pops into your hand. I think is important. That's interesting. The detection zone actually for playing attacks is surprisingly small. So I'm kind of wondering why it's so easy to do this. Maybe because the actual cursor itself is pretty big. Like you can see that there's like the detection zone is up here. Trying to get underneath it. Ooh, this is another thing, is that the the enemies are separated diagonally. And I think the purpose of that is just so that each of them has a their own area for detection. So here's the dead zone, but the actual detection zone is quite big. It also has, that's really interesting, it has an animation when you hover over something, I suppose to be a visual indicator of when you're actually doing something. So this was the thing that I was saying where the energy becomes darker because you're done. Also the end turn button blinks. So these are all like polish things, you could say, but I would argue that they're pretty core to making sure the experience flows well. Like some people say polish in the sense of you know, these are avoidable things that you can simply not do, but like making sure that all the visual things are seeable. Like we're playing on super fast right now, and that slimed thing was very big on the screen, and it stood there for a little bit. So when I saw that the I didn't see the confusion shuffle into my deck, was kind of, how you would say, like I just didn't know when it was happening. So there's definitely some feedback or ways to that. There's feedback that is necessary for determining the game state. And I would argue that that's not necessarily polished, that's like required. But obviously it's a game jam game, so that's way outside of the thing. Oh hey, it's the bugged card. Yeah, Battle Chance. Hilarious. I don't know why we're actually playing this. Probably because I'm going to lose immediately, right? But, yeah, and only having to look where you already are, so, like, look for a card in your hand, look to the left, look back to the hand. Yeah, that's a little bit difficult, I think, for when the cards show up here. I kind of just, like, want to lose this run really fast, because I think that that's funny. We picked this Battle Trance, and I don't know why. And Ascension 20 is it's too difficult for me. I think this is gonna take too long. Okay. You know what? I'm actually I'm gonna close it for the outro. Hold on a second. Because I feel like wants to lose, what a creep. Yeah, when are we getting the lose mod for all these other things? I don't know. Because it's just a good card, especially before you get any shrugs or pommel strikes. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So, I'm gonna mute that for a second. So, I think that's gonna be it for today. Another Design the Spire done. In exceedingly Design the Spire like fashion. But if you're still here, I'm gonna say, hey, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your support as always, and I will see you next time. All right, bye everybody. Goodbye.